Meet Jared, a diving instructor who lives for the ocean. His girlfriend, Sam, shares his passion and works with marine animals. Together, they enjoy a simple life in the Bahamas. Jared has just lost his job, but he isn't worried. He dreams of finding a long-lost shipwreck filled with treasure, if only he can fix his old boat first. Unlike him, Sam is already happy with the life they have and often reminds him of it. And here is Bates. Like Jared, he's a treasure hunter, though he still works a regular job for now. He shows off a ring he recently found underwater and hints that Jared should propose to Sam. Bates offers to work for him again, but Jared doesn't want to work for peanuts anymore. In the car, Sam tries on the ring but quickly shies away when her boyfriend notices. Then, the two get so caught up in kissing that they nearly crash. Later, Jared meets his old friend Bryce at the airport. Bryce arrives ready to enjoy paradise with Amanda, a woman he met only the night before. Bryce rented a big boat, and the group set off to explore the breathtaking waters of the Bahamas. While enjoying the adventure, Bryce freaks out after spotting sharks, but Jared shows that they're simply curious and pose no real threat. As they continue diving, Jared discovers clues suggesting that there's a sunken boat nearby. As they keep searching the seabed, Jared makes a shocking discovery: an airplane wreck hidden beneath the waves. Inside the plane, they find the dead pilots and a huge stash of white powder. Curious, they take one package back to the boat. It doesn't take long for them to realize what they're dealing with: cargo worth millions of dollars. But Sam quickly brings everyone back to reality, reminding them that getting involved could mean 10 years behind bars. Amanda wants to keep one of the packages, but Sam and Justin refuse to keep it on a boat. Later, by the pool, the group discusses whether they can find big treasure soon from the ship and claim it. To do that, they first need to identify it and determine where it came from. Sam believes they should report the bodies on the plane, but the others persuade Sam to wait. First, they'll secure their claim, and only then will they report the plane so the police don't mess up everything. They raise a toast to their future fortune. The next day, all four gear up and head back out to continue the search. They recover 2 silver pistols and a silver horn, eventually learning that the treasure once belonged to the infamous pirate captain of the famous ship Zephyr, a madman who had robbed a wealthy French trader centuries earlier. By the campfire, they realize that after tracing the ship's origins, all that's left is to find the wreck, and the gold that went down with it. Also, they remembered the beautiful story about how the pirate was madly in love with a woman in France and promised to return to her with great riches after his final voyage. The next morning, they dive again, leaving Amanda to watch the boat. They discover an old spyglass, but a patrol boat lingers above for too long, forcing them to leave it underwater. Luckily, the chief officer turns out to be a friend of Justin and Sam. Later that night, they celebrate at a club and agree on a 50-50 split, but Bryce makes it clear that Amanda won't get a cut of his share. After a quick swim, Bruce looks for Amanda, but when he finds her with a local guy, a fight breaks out. Justin comes to help, and they all leave. While they're diving the next morning, the guys from the club sneak onto their boat, but they're quickly noticed and forced to leave. After finding a cap linked to Bates's company, they accuse him of sending the intruders, but he denies everything. Before they leave, he reminds Jared that he has better resources to locate and retrieve the treasures. Fearing that Bates will reach the wreck first, the friends consider using the money from the drugs to buy the equipment they need to recover the treasure. Jared is uncertain if it's the right thing to do, but his friend is a more risky person and doesn't hesitate. That night, Bryce and Amanda dive and take 6 packages with them. They try to sell it, but the deal goes wrong. Jared is summoned to meet the plane's owner, who threatens the group and demands the remaining cargo. However, he agrees to finance the equipment needed to retrieve it all. Sam is angry that Jared now has to work for a drug dealer, saying that it's over and leaves. Jared is trying to stop her, but she doesn't listen to him. The trio dives underwater to retrieve the drugs. Jared discovers a portrait of the pirate's beloved, and Sam's words echo in his mind. Would you give up treasure for love? Unable to find any gold, they return to the crashed plane to retrieve the remaining packages. Everything goes according to plan until a big shark suddenly appears and attacks Amanda. They take her to the hospital right away, but sadly, she doesn't survive her injuries. As soon as Sam hears the news, she rushes to the hospital. In the car, Sam blames Bruce for everything and insists that they need to stop. But Bruce argues that he only knew Amanda for 5 days and refuses to give up because of her death. When they tell the gang they couldn't retrieve the Dougs, bad weather starts coming in. Knowing the gang won't leave them alone, Jared stays to talk to them. Sam stops to tell a police officer she knows about everything. Bruce doesn't wait and drives away while Sam dives underwater and gives a gangster the valuable knife to end the conflict. Back on the gang leader's boat, they find a mess. One gangster goes to look around but gets killed, so Jared investigates himself. He finds several dead bodies and sees Bates. Bates says that the mob boss is his business partner and that he wants to get back what belongs to him. A chase begins. Jared jumps into the water and swims away, moving quickly and easily underwater so they can't catch him. In the end, they leave empty-handed. The officer calls his friend for help, who turns out to be Bates. Sam is skeptical about that. Justin meets with Bryce to find out where Sam is, and Bryce tells him what happened. Justin calls Sam, but Bates answers instead and blackmails him. They arrange a meeting, and Justin lashes out at his friend because Sam is in danger because of him. The officer shows up and tries to convince Bruce to let the girl go, but Bruce shoots him. Justin arrives, and to save Sam, he tells Bruce about the discovery of the Zephyr. Bruce thinks he's lying, and they go to a plane. Meanwhile, Sam frees herself and takes care of her dead friend. They reach the plane, and Justin, instead of helping Bates, dives into the water to destroy the remaining drugs. 3 armed men follow him underwater. Meanwhile, Sam sabotages the boat and traps one of the gangsters behind a door. Jared hides as the others split up to search for him one by one. Then Bruce finds the Zephyr symbol and is left in shock. Bruce's partner gets a gangster from the boat. Underwater, Bruce plays dead and takes out a gangster who spots Justin. Meanwhile, Sam is running from the remaining criminal on the boat. A fierce fight breaks out above and below the water. Sam manages to call for help, while Justin kills one of the gangsters, who is quickly eaten by sharks. With only 2 villains left, Sam and Justin finally defeat them after brutal flights. 6 weeks later, they return to the water and by accident discover the treasure they had been looking for.